Hello everyone, welcome to Card Design Thursday. So today is our Christmas week, and as you know, every other week I do a Christmas card, and I'm so excited about this Christmas card. I know I say that a lot, don't I? But I'm thrilled how this turned out. The construction of this card is very simple, but I had a subscriber to ask me to do some kind of pop-up or pull-up or something, and Sam from Mixed Up Craft never fails me. She always gives me ideas. So today we're going to be using some papers. I've only used what's in my stash, so we're going to be using some of this color here and some black paper. And then we're going to be using some music paper, which honestly, that's all I have left of it. And so we're also going to be using this right here. Now this is different than the card that I made, but it's still really pretty and it fits into the theme perfect. So I used the paper that came from the Old World Winter cardstock. This is a beautiful paper stack, and I got it, oh my gosh, from Hobby Lobby, Christmas 2017, so last year. We're going to be needing some blue dots, and these are the ones from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be using some of this vintage lace right here, the cotton lace. And then I'm going to be using a few pieces from this stamp set from MadeMeMadeIt.com. It is a little, Birdie Says. We're going to be using some musical notes from there. And then I'm using this beautiful stamp set, some of the sentiments from here. This is Victorian Christmas, and I'm not sure if Gareth can get these anymore or not, but they came from Created Home with G. And I'm using this corner piece here, the one that says This Christmas Tide, Season's Greetings, and May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. So I'm using those sentiments from that. Let me just put that over there. Then you're going to need some distress ink. I'm using Vintage Photo. I'm using some Memento ink. And then I need just a punch. I'm using a little scallop punch. I think this is a 1-inch scallop punch. And then these are some pieces that I have already prepped, because while this card is very easy to make, it is time consuming. It has a lot of little parts to it. So let me clear this out and we'll get started. Okay, as you saw on the thumbnail, this is the card that I made, and I am so in love with this card. You lift it up, and there's all your sentiments and things on the side. It's got little sentiments. It's just so cute. And I didn't put anything on the mats because I didn't want it to be that bulky. But then you turn it over, and there is the back side that has little vines and stuff on it, and the greeting. So you put the sentiment on the back. And this card measures 6 1/4 square. So just go up a little tiny bit from a 6x6 envelope. So let me show you all the pieces that we're going to need. So you're going to need 4 strips of 2x12. For the mats, you're going to need, if you double mat it, you're going to need, you need these 20 pieces of 1 3/4 square. That's the base mat. And then if you decide to put sentiments on it, you don't need as many of these. You only need 12. And these are 1 1/2 square. And then I used 8 of this cream color paper, which won't be cream very long. And it's also 1 1/2 square. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of this to make the mechanism right here. And these are 7/8 of an inch by 3 1/4 inches. So you need 2 of those. And then you're going to need 2 of your little punches. And then for the whole base of the card, like I said, you're going to need a piece that is 6 1/4 square. And then the top mat will be 6 by 6. So if you have a paper stack of 6 by 6 you want to use, this would be a great way to use it. And then you're going to need, I thought I cut one. Anyway, you're going to need another piece for the mat on the back. And we'll just cut that together since I can't seem to locate the one that I made. So we'll just pull a piece of that paper out. This is the paper that I used here. So, but it, like I said there again, it won't be that color. So let's start with the base. All right, so like I said, you need a piece that is 6 3/4 square, and then this is 6 by 6. Now I distressed all the edges of everything that I did. So I'm just going to come in here and distress this a little bit, and it's going to help tie all the age-looked papers and stuff in. This does have some distressing on it already, but it is a little bit lighter compared to the one that I had before. So we're just going to distress this. I went distress crazy on this card, y'all. It's Ramona's Cherished Treasure's fault because I did that vintage pocket letter and then I got stuck in the vintage mode, which I love vintage anyway. And so I'm just going to come in here and distress a little bit on the inside just to knock that white part back just a little bit. And I actually like the way this paper ties it in because you got musical notes on the other pieces, and then this is actually the songs and stuff. Okay, so put that aside for a minute. And then I'm just going to mat this, and I'm using my art glitter glue, of course. My little fine tip point got jammed or something, and I just not have had time to clean it out, so I just took it off and just used the thing very carefully. As you can tell, I've been working a lot in here. I gotta clean my mat, but this is great for lining up your papers. So for right now, we're done with this. I'll put that to the side. Then we're going to take our strips, the ones that are 2 inches by 12 inches, and we're going to score them. And y'all look, my little stylus thing broke. I have never seen that happen before. So these are going to be scored every 2 inches. So you're going to put it in your scoreboard along the 12-inch side, and we're going to score it at 2. We're going to score it at 4, 6, 8, and 10. And you're going to do that to all 4 strips. And that is all the scoring that we're going to do. So you take the strip, if it's facing you, you're going to take this first strip closest to you, the little square, and fold it under. And then we're going to fold it up, under, over. It's just a concertina fold. And try to make sure that you're all lined up straight. So I think we are. And then I'm going to unfold it, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to distress it. I have distressed so much that I think I might have to get me some more distress ink, except I can't because I can't go to the big box stores. So we're just going to distress this. And I am going to distress on the fold line so it'll get some, you know, get a little dark there. But you can see why I did so much of this beforehand. Matter of fact, Sam did too, because it would take us forever to do all these little parts. The hardest part really, besides one other little thing, and it's not really hard, it's just fiddly, is cutting everything out. Because you have to cut 40 mats out altogether. Unless you decide not to double mat it. But it's so cute double matted. And even though this is folded under, I'm still going to distress the edges of it. In case they can be seen. Okay. So we're through with that. Okay. So I'm just going to fold this back up and leave this to the side for a moment. Stick it under my book. Okay. Then we're going to take our black mats. And I think I have to cut one more of these mats. The black ones. I somehow was short on those. And so let me do that and cut this while we're doing that. Well, somebody says I never show cutting stuff, so I'll just leave it in. Okay, so this one, the mat is going to be 1 3/4 squared. So that just means 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And I love my Cricut scoreboard. It just has all these wonderful lines to line everything up to make sure you're right. Okay, that's the extra one of those. And then the back side, I'm going to cut 6 by 6 as well for my sentiment. Ooh, I know I need to lay all this down, but it'll be all right. And I'm laying all my scraps over here to the side because I won't be throwing those away. Okay, and that is the back of the mat. And we'll deal with that in a little bit here. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is prep our little cards. And I have done these. This is the one that I use, May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. And that's what I use the plain card for. And then this one is just going to be the mat like this. So all I did was I distressed everything, guys. Everything's been distressed and made all vintagey looking. And I don't know what it is about this card. I told Gareth that I'm obsessed with it. I just love it. I love that distressed look, that vintage look. And I'm going to go ahead and distress this before I stamp it. I need to stamp one more little sentiment out. So I just left a few things for us to do besides putting the card together. Okay, of course I'm not going to distress the black mat. You wouldn't be able to see it anyway. Okay, so I think I have Mary... And I double loaded my blocks here. So this is the one that says This Christmas Tide. I'm just using my Memento ink. And one thing about the stamp set, it didn't look like it was just loaded with ink. And so I did a couple of them over because I got really squishy. I really got too much ink on it. Whoops. And I was about to put that upside down. Of course, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because I could just turn it around. Okay. So, now what else I did on those, I added the little music notes, which I said came from Birdie Says. And so I have this one right here. And then I have a single note. I'm just going to put that right there. And all I did was I stamped it down here just to add some little notes to it. And then I stamped a single one at top. And I reversed it on the one that says, "May your days be merry and bright." And then I'm going to put them right back on my stamp things, because I'm telling you, I am missing so many little pieces of stamps because I haven't put them up when I was supposed to. So we're just going to close this up for now. And then we're just going to glue these two together. And we're just going to center that in the middle as much as possible. I actually got quite good on this card about lining things up. It's not really hard either because they're all squared. So they line up really easy. Okay, so those are our little pieces. And then we're just going to take our little piece right here. We're going to keep this one folded under because we're not going to put anything on this one because it's going to be folded under our card. So I think how I laid these out, whoops, I do need to, no I don't, yes I do, I need to stamp this, let's see, I need to stamp "May your days be merry and bright" on the music one. Just because these are going to be at the top and they look kind of plain if you don't put something on them. So that's what I did on these. I stamped the little one on the front. And I kind of went like this because it will fit on there the other way, but it looks all jammed and stuff, and so I just like the way that looked better. Alright. And so we're just going to start gluing. This is real easy, y'all. I mean, like I said, the fiddly part is putting the card together. Now, when you put these on your strips, try to make sure that you go straight down a line and kind of follow what you're doing. The same line so it doesn't look out of line. And they're square, so you should be able to just do that with no problem. And I'm just kind of alternating music paper, plain paper. Okay. One more. There we go. That's what we have. Remember, this part right here is folded under. Then I'm just going to fold them back down like that. And we're going to bring our base back in. And then we're going to bring our two little pieces like this. Now, here comes the fiddly parts. These are going to be crossbars like this, and they're going to fit under your card. They're going to hold these pieces right here up. So what I'm going to do is, if I can find my ruler, and if not, I'll add, here it is. Okay, you know that your card is 6 1/4 long. So that means that your inside will be will be 3 1/8. So I'm going to go 3, and I'm just going to make a very light pencil mark there. And I'm also going to come down to the bottom here and line this up. And I'm going to go 3 1/8. There's 3 and there's 1/8. Okay, I'm just putting a little tick mark. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other two sides. This is kind of the part that you really need to sort of get things lined up, right? Now, if you're off by a little bit, it's not earth-shattering. I think I was off on this one a little bit because I didn't do this. And I thought, well, surely I can get a middle. Well, y'all, you know, I should have known better. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of dry fit our card. So right there, underneath where that tick mark is, I know that is the middle. And I am going to line my card up right square, smack in the middle of it. Okay? And then I'm going to slide this one in on the same mark in the middle. And this one over here, right where that middle is. And then I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. Find my little line and put it in the middle of my card. Now, when you do that, you should have like a perfect little square in the middle. And I'm just off a tick, so I'm going to move this just a tick over. There we go. Now, what we're going to do with these, we're going to glue these together. And these are going to be our bars in between here. Okay, so this is going to go in here like this, and this is going to go like this, and this is going to go like this, and like this. Now, what I'm going to do is take my pencil back, and I'm just going to put a little dot right there. I know that's the middle. And I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to do the same thing. And then you want to glue these in just enough to where they can, you know, fit. So I'm just going to make a little line here. I should have did that on the other ones. And a little line there so I know where to put my glue. Still holding all these in. Now, I'm going to take and try to line those dots up. And that is my middle. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there on that center dot. And then I'm going to take my other one and line that up. So you're making this little cross piece here. Now, Sam did this another way, but I have a crocodile punch. We are memory keeper punch, and it will cut through this. So I am going to go ahead and put this top piece on in the middle. But we are going to punch it. And I have that little mark there left, and it's showing me where the middle is. Okay, and then we are going to take my crocodile, and I know where the middle is because I have my dial set already. And I'm just, well, you know what, just to be on the safe side, if you don't have that, look and see if you know, kind of where the middle is, and you can just estimate it. It's not that big of a deal. And you're going to make a little dot there. Okay, and then I'm going to glue one hit on this one too, but I think I'll do that in a minute. Alright, so then I'm going to line my punch up, and I'm using my, which one am I using? The inch hole, okay, so punch. And then, just to give it some stability, what did I do with that other one? Huh? Okay, I just had it. What did I do with it? Well then, I just threw my little thing away. Okay, found it. I'm just going to glue this around the edges. Sort of estimate. And you know, this is just giving it more stability. And I probably could have punched through all 4 layers, really. But then I already got a hole here. So I'm just going to go back in here. Knock that paper out. Wow. When things don't want to work, they just don't want to work, do they? I'm going to go back in here and punch right through that same hole to get the back side. Now, I'm doing all this before I put it all together. Now Sam did hers, and she did a fiddly thing and did it all that way. I can't do that. I just can't. So she had hers put together, and then she put the ribbon in or whatever. Excuse me, I don't believe I can do that. So I'm just going to go through the back side and pull this lace through to about however long that I want this, and I cut way too much. But I'm just going to pull just a tiny bit more through, and then I'm going to cut off some of this. Now, to keep from bulk down, I'm not going to tie a knot. What I'm going to do is flatten this out right here. So then I'm going to take one of these glue dots, one for each side, and I'm just going to lay this down here, and put the lace on top of it, and it holds it down really nice. Well, I'm not sure how much time I have on my camera. So if I run out of time, you guys, I will do a part 2. Because this thing is just being fiddly with me. There we go. Okay, do the same thing on this side. Sorry, I didn't mean to be out of frame. Lay that down, pull this off, and then just lay the glue dot on there. Okay, now I'm going to check my alignment again. Now the marks that I made, I put them on the wrong side. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to lay this back down in here again. I'm trying to keep all this together without moving it. And that's our, I'm just going to move just a tiny bit more over that way. And make some new marks again. Okay, so I know I can't come past that glue. Whoops, get yourself over there again. This is the fiddly part, y'all. This is the most difficult part of the card. That's it. Just keep it lined up. And this is what I did. I put my finger there. And I put my glue on it. And I just came down with it. I shouldn't put that much glue on it so it squishes out. Then I'm going to come get this one back up. Okay. Hold that down. Put some glue. And press down. Alright. Now I'm going to make sure these are lined up. I hear my kids in the other room singing. It's nice to hear them sing instead of fight. Alright, so there we go. That's that part. Alright. Then we're going to flip all this over. Try to keep it's all on there. It's not going to go anywhere. I'll just pick it up. Hold my hand here and then flip it over. Then we're just going to add some glue to the back side. And this is not going to show because we're going to put our mat on it. Oops. On my table. And if we did our job, we should have a nice little square in the middle, which I think that might be tiny. I think we do for the most part. So then we're going to turn that over, and then there's our card. Probably shouldn't pull it too hard till it's dry. Then for the mat itself, okay, I'm going to take my distress ink and we are going to distress the ends of that, the edges and the inside, because this is lighter. And we just want it all to blend in. And if you were trying to write the measurements down, and I went too fast, I apologize, but I will include them in the description box for all the pieces that you need, the mats or whatever. And I'm not being real precious with these, y'all. I'm just... the grungier, more vintagey it looks, the better I like it. Okay. And then I'm just going to take lightly and go over that like that. Take our Memento ink back out. We are going to stamp our sentiment.
Yes, Donna, can we watch TV?
Yes.
She said yes, we can watch.
I knew it was too good to be true. They weren't going to stay quiet forever. Okay. Let me get this on here. And so this is Season's Greetings. And we're just going to stamp that in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to load all these blocks on here. You should never put your stamps on anything like the table or anything, they should always be on acrylic block or plastic or something like that. Then what I did was I took the little edging on it and just did 2 corners, and I just made a mess with the ink. I'll find a piece of scrap paper and fix that. I don't edit out my mistakes. For one thing, it takes too long, and another thing, I mean, you know, it's real life. I just take something and wipe it off so I don't ruin my card. And then we're just going to sit it down here on the corner. And then we're going to re-ink it back up. And you know what? If I did run it, it's just nothing but paper. We haven't put it on our base yet or anything, so nothing is lost if I did. Because trust me, I had to do another one over on the first card because I dropped the ink pad on it. Alright, then we can turn this upside down. See, it's multi-purpose. Turn it upside down and put it on this side. There we go. Close the ink up because I will stick my hand in it. I've done it so many times. Okay, so then we're going to take our card and decide which side we're going to make the front and which one we're going to make the back. I think it's going to be like this. So I'm going to flip it over like this. Going to put some glue. And glue it down. Try to center it so, you know, you just have those little edges poking out. And y'all, does that not look just super vintagey? I mean, it looks like tea dye paper or something. I love distress ink. So, that is our, I don't know what you want to call it, concertina fold. I can't remember what Sam called it. Our pop-up card, or, well, my little kids say fan fold. So, that's our card. And how adorable is that? So that's the first one I made. And I really, really, truly do like it with this other paper underneath there. I think it gives it a little bit more character. And here is our first card that we did. I did. So there you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you all soon. And give it a try. I mean, it doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be any style. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll make sure I put everything below in the description box. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye-bye.